Now on CoastTV News.
Small Business Saturday, store owners on Delmarva say the event is beneficial to their entire community. Ocean City laws, which infractions could cost you thousands of dollars more. Lewes beaches, the city talks changes to their code, how it could impact your next visit.
And temperatures are tanking into the 20s for a lot of us this evening, but a milder Sunday with showers, and we're watching for a coastal storm with rain and wind on Tuesday. Forecast details coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Aiken. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. Our top story tonight is Small Business Saturday. Salisbury welcomed neighbors to its downtown for the tradition, a nationwide event to encourage shoppers to support their local stores. The downtown area was filled with families, shoppers, local deals, and of course, some holiday fun. With the hustle and bustle of the season, store owners say events like these help bring people downtown, benefiting the entire community.
When you really look at it, the fact that the city tries to do events and activities like Third Fridays, the Folk Festival, today with the Small Business Saturday celebration they're doing, anything that brings people downtown is good for all of us as business owners and also just good for the community.
Live music and a visit from Santa himself added to the celebration. After shopping, families enjoyed the Jingle Jubilee at City Park with entertainment, treats, and activities for all ages. In Ocean City, some fines could cost you a whole lot more. The town will have a public hearing Monday evening where potential increases will be discussed, which could affect things like parking violations, littering, public alcohol offenses, and more. The changes would increase the maximum fines for these municipal infractions and misdemeanors. For example, a noise complaint that currently carries a maximum fine of $1,000 could, under the new law, jump up to a maximum $5,000 fine. One vacationer who's been visiting Ocean City for more than 30 years says the current maximum fine of $1,000 is already more than enough.
I feel that $1,000 is sufficient. I think $5,000 is kind of over the top on something like that. I don't think that needs to be implicated, putting $5,000 fine on something like that.
Now, although the maximum fines could be increasing, most fines in town will still range from $25 and up. And that public hearing is Monday at 6 p.m. Moving to Lewes, the city is expected to take another look at their code when it comes to beach rules during a meeting this Monday. According to the city's agenda, they will continue discussing feedback from the Parks and Recreation Commission about proposed changes to the section on beaches. Right now, some of the standing rules were adopted back in the 1970s. There is a lot in there, including the rule against sleeping on the beach overnight and the ban prohibiting driving on the beach. The city meeting is Monday at 11 a.m. And we're now taking a live look into Dover. Our First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us. Bob, it's going to get really cold this evening.
I think we're already there, Emma. It is really cold right now. Those temperatures tanking under clear skies. It is 27 in Salisbury and Willards, 29 in Georgetown, Millsboro 29, and mid to upper 30s, even some low 30s at the coast right now. Thankfully, the winds are calm, so we're not talking about wind chill. The good news is we've got some clouds moving in, and temperatures will tend to steady out as we go through the evening hours of those clouds continue to thicken up as we're watching strong high pressure over us right now, but we're seeing snow showers breaking out across the mountains to our west and into the Midwest where they had a big snowstorm, but in the warmer air it is showers, and it's that frontal system that'll give us a little bit of rain tomorrow. Here's futurecast through the overnight. You can see we're in and out of the clouds and still cold by tomorrow morning. We're looking at 20s and low 30s, and then those clouds increase through the day. Winds pick up out of the south, and we could be looking at a few showers as we're looking at your day part forecast with the clouds into the morning hours, cold 30s, and then a southerly breeze warms us into the low 50s with showers. A break Monday, and then a bigger coastal system Tuesday with rain and wind and a yellow alert. More on that coming up in just a bit.
Homelessness is rising in Sussex County, especially in places like Georgetown. And according to the Lewes police chief, 2nd Street in Lewes is crowded with more homeless people this year than in years past. With cold temperatures expected in the coming weeks, places for people without a house are limited. People living in the Taros Tent Village, which is located on the old Troop 7 site off Route 1, that will be closing Sunday. And starting Monday, people will be welcomed to St. Jude in Lewes as part of Code Purple. The organization shelters 14 people in their men's and women's shelters in Rehoboth Beach. The site director at Code Purple says in the morning, they take a bus full of people that stayed overnight to the Rehoboth Beach Community Center, where they get essential items.
The Community Resource Center in Rehoboth Beach during the day, where they can get a shower, they can get their laundry done, get some food to eat, and then they cycle back to us in the evening.
The director of the Community Resource Center told CoastTV their busiest times are during the morning, and they expect the center to get busier as temperatures drop. And for more information on these shelters as winter approaches, including dates and locations, you can head to coasttv.com. On your screen now are some pictures from the annual Trees of Cheer event at the Beacon Inn in Lewes earlier today. Families decorated 80 holiday trees for children staying at the Ronald McDonald House and for local families in need. Organizers with Jack Lingo say the event will raise $5,000. That's enough to sponsor an entire room at the Ronald McDonald House for a full year. And with 59% of Delaware families who stay there coming from Sussex County, that support will go right back to helping neighbors close to home. In Milford, the city had their annual tree lighting ceremony earlier this evening. You can see kids here in front of City Hall singing. The community came together to enjoy snacks, kids' activities, music, and even visits from some characters out there. And we are just getting started here on Coast TV News at 11. Coming up later, Northwestern University shelling out millions to the U.S. government. We have details on the deal.
It's a cold Saturday evening. A live look into Salisbury, 27 right now on the Spicer Brothers cam, and pretty much steady temperatures overnight. In the almanac, our low of 27, 43 the high, well below the normal of 54. Showers Sunday, and then a bigger storm with rain and wind on Tuesday. More in your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
But first, from candidate races to races to the store ahead of the holidays, a lot happened this week here on Delmarva. We have a recap of your week when we're back in just 60 seconds. From a Thanksgiving feast for pets to Black Friday shopping, there was a lot going on this week here on the coast. Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, Republican Rich Collins announced he's not running for re-election. Collins has held the District 41 seat since 2014, which covers the Millsboro, Dagsboro, and Gumboro area. Already, candidates are lining up to vie for that spot. Tuesday, Code Purple at Cape Henlopen held a training for volunteers at St. Jude the Apostle Church in Lewes. It was an overall rundown of what volunteers can expect once Code Purple shelters for the homeless open up. Wednesday, anybody and everybody who had shopping left to do ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday hit the stores to grab those last-minute needs. Thursday, as Delmarva celebrated Thanksgiving, the volunteers at the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown prepared a Thanksgiving feast for the pets. That's for the dogs, for the cats, everything from turkey to pumpkin, even whipped cream. It was an exciting time for the animals. Friday was Black Friday this week, and shoppers flocked to the Tanger outlets in Rehoboth and to shops all over Delmarva. Everybody looking for those holiday deals as they look to get to work on that holiday shopping. For your week in review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Coming up next, Bob Tryhe is in the Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with Sunday showers in his forecast. Then a stronger system brings rain and wind on Tuesday. He has your full forecast after this.
It's another late November day that feels more like January as temperatures only topped out in the low to mid 40s today. 43 in Georgetown. Normally we should be into the mid 50s, 45 in Ocean City, 41 in Cambridge and Easton today, and 44 in Wallops Island. Here's a live look on the Gateway Subaru cam overlooking the boardwalk in Ocean City. Now into Sunday, I think we're looking at clouds much of the day and showers later in the day and getting breezy as well. And then Tuesday, it looks like a coastal storm that will give us rain, a soaking rain and gusty winds. We have a yellow alert in effect for up to at least an inch of rain, and those winds will be gusty at times times, but it looks like plain rain along the coast. That snow will be well inland. Temperatures now are cold enough to support snow if we had it in the area, but we don't. 29 in Georgetown and Millsboro, 27 in Willards and Salisbury. Very cold with high pressure overhead, calm conditions, and just thin clouds. 39 in Lewes, 33 in Bethany Beach, 29 in Milton right now, as the winds are calm. So once again, the conditions are ripe for seeing those very cold conditions. However, we are seeing some high clouds beginning to filter in, and as those clouds thicken up and high pressure slides offshore, temperatures will be steady or slowly rising as we go into the morning hours, but still very cold as we have snow spreading into Pennsylvania from the Midwest. They picked up over a foot of snow from Iowa into Illinois, and in the warmer air, it's some showers. And as the system moves our way, we'll be looking at the warmer side of this system with some rain showers as this moves in tomorrow. And behind it, it's colder and drier as we go into your Monday. Here's Futurecast as we go through the overnight. We'll look at some of those mid to high level clouds and at times clearing out and still cold as we head into the morning hours, but maybe a few degrees warmer than it is right now into the lower 30s, and very cold Sunday morning. And this precipitation that builds in, I think, builds in after we start to see temperatures in the 40s. So we're not going to see frozen precipitation, just some showers as we go into the afternoon. Not a lot, but we'll see a southerly wind start to warm us from the 40s into the 50s. And by Sunday evening, we'll continue to see showers. Then a cold front comes through with a northwesterly breeze, and it's going to be another cold start heading into your Monday morning with lower 30s and a cold day into Monday. Highs only in the mid 40s, but around 54 in Lewes and Rehoboth tomorrow with rain as the winds pick up out of the south. Close to 60 in Chincoteague with the rain. Then we're tracking a bigger system on Tuesday, that coastal low. The timing is still up in the air, but right now we're thinking a cold rain for Delmarva and along the I-95 corridor and points west. That's where they're going to see accumulating snow into the Poconos, southern New England. But for us, it's just a cold rain, a real miserable day on Tuesday. And just a few hundredths of an inch of rain, maybe up to about a tenth with this round of rain. And then we're looking at another half inch to about an inch as we go into your Tuesday. It's going to be a washout then. Tonight, 28 increasing clouds, still cold, and then 53 for your Sunday with scattered showers. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 45 Monday, and then a code yellow Tuesday for rain and wind, 47, and then it just stays plain cold into the 40s Wednesday through Friday. A high of only 41 Friday, and then maybe another cold rain by Saturday and a high of 43.
Certainly some winter weather to be aware of there. Thank you, Bob. And as you start to take those holiday decorations down from the attic, CoastTV wants to see how you're decking the halls this season. Send us your photos and videos by going to coasttv.com/holidayhouse, and we might just show them here on TV. It's that time again for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, CoastTV works to make the holidays brighter for kids across Delmarva. The money you give goes to local charities who buy Christmas presents. Here's today's Shell Brothers Honor Roll.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to the businesses, groups, and individuals who have stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000 to the Bless Our Children campaign.
We'd like to recognize those friends now by reading the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amount given in increments of $1,000.
In loving memory of Stacy Dorsch.
Atlantic Community Thrift Shop. Boggs Dish Haroon Post number 123.
Ocean City Elks Lodge number 2645.
Clark & Sons Garage Doors. James Maloney.
Eastern Shore Corvette Club Incorporated.
Cape Henlope and Elks 2540.
Edward Jones Office of Melinda Tingle.
Sons and Daughters of Italy of Ocean City Lodge number 2474.
Tony Tank Tribe number 149. Midway Par 3.
Apgar Turf Farm Inc.
Chesapeake Urology. Doctors Mark Edney, Mark Shimko, Alyssa Gracely, and Jason Smith.
CJ's Beach Base.
In honor of Bill Hickman, Peninsula Imaging LLC.
Painting in America Made Great Again, Earl Johnson Painting.
In memory of Jean G. and John D. Henry.
Mr. and Mrs. R. Dean Goldsboro.
Evergreen Lodge number 153.
Gnostic Family Charitable Foundation Fund of the Delaware Community Foundation.
Emery's General Service of Millsboro.
Willard's Lions Club. Sean Knoll Ways Limitless Worldwide.
Wheels That Heal Car Club.
Chesapeake Waste Industries.
Waikamico Lodge number 91 AF and AM.
Rotary International Lewes Rehoboth Beach Rotary Club.
Preston Growmark FS,
Pocomoke Elks Lodge number 1624,
American Legion Cinnapunxet Post number 166,
Fillmore Day Real Estate Services LLC,
Accurate Termite and Pest Control,
Delaware Improved Order of Red Men and Degree of Pocahontas,
Idlewild Brewerton Club,
Hawker's Supermarkets,
DJVO Entertainment,
Murray's Residential Service, Dennis and Barbara Murray,
Alan Corman and Son, Inc.,
Antique Alley of Bridgeville in memory of Ron Hatfield,
Eastern Shore Auctions by Willie Benton,
ASCP Plumbing and ASAP Total Disposal,
Absolute PDR, Dwayne and Brandy Geis,
David and Luis,
Tylerton Church, Inc., Contractors for a Cause,
Queen City Elks Lodge number 1051,
AccuTrench Contracting LLC,
IV Solutions,
Terra Firma of Delmarva Paving,
Crowley Associates Realty Inc.,
ABC Refrigeration Inc. of Bishopville, Maryland,
BYOC Build Your Own Cookie, Chincoteague and West OC,
Corrado Construction Company,
the Caronville Foundation,
Tops Cutoff DJ Services and Recording Studio,
William Porter,
HVAC Services Unlimited Inc.,
Shore Fund Tractor Pullers,
Eastern Shore Region Antique Automobile Car Club, Harry and Jenny Davis,
Collins Wharf Sod,
Brittany McKinley, in loving memory of Ava Lee Quinn, Jim and Nancy McKinley,
Missionary Baptist Church,
Selbyville Elks Lodge, number 2173,
King Crop Insurance in memory of Bonnie King,
Sons of the American Legion, number 123, Richard Jordan, in memory of Maurice and Pearl Jordan,
Liberty Concrete and Home Enhancements LLC,
Chris Contracting, Inc.
We appreciate all of you stepping up to the Shell Brothers Challenge as a part of our Bless Our Children campaign.
If you'd like to help, send your carton donation to Bless Our Children in care at WBOC at 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801, or you can donate on our website, blessourchildren.org.
Thank you for helping make this season merrier for children on Delmarva.
Happy holidays.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, ceasefire aftermath, the death toll climbing in Gaza as more bodies are recovered. The death toll in Gaza surpassed 70,000 people today, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health, as emergency workers continue to recover bodies from the rubble. More than 600 bodies have been recovered from the rubble since the ceasefire went into effect 6 weeks ago, according to the ministry, but the total number is still expected to rise dramatically. Gaza's civil defense has estimated that some 10,000 Palestinians killed in Israeli strikes have not yet been recovered and identified amid Gaza's destroyed buildings. In addition, more than 350 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces since the ceasefire began, the ministry said. Northwestern University will pay the U.S. government $75 million in a deal that ends a series of investigations and restores hundreds of millions of dollars in federal research funding. The Trump administration previously cut off $790 million in grants over claims the university did not do enough to protect Jewish students. Under the deal, Northwestern will pay the U.S. Treasury over the next 3 years, as well as comply with federal anti-discrimination laws, implement mandatory anti-Semitism training, and overhaul its policies on campus demonstrations. You may want to check your pantry. Sylvestri Sweets is recalling 2 Chalk Your Holiday barks because they may contain undeclared allergens. The recall applies to the Chalk Your branded cookie butter holiday bark and the pecan, cranberry, and cinnamon holiday bark. The company says the pecan, cranberry, and cinnamon holiday bark may contain undeclared wheat. The cookie butter holiday bark may contain undeclared pecans. They were both in 5-ounce packages, and the products were sold nationwide at Aldi. No illnesses have been reported in connection with the recall. Customers should throw away the products immediately. It was the state championship today in Dover. The Division I AA and 1A state titles were on the line. DSN's Darren Wallace was on hand to see who would come out on top on a wild football Saturday.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday to you. We had a couple of state championships, the Class 2A division and the Class 1A division. 48 minutes, not enough for either contest. Let's show you how it all went down because it was a wild Saturday here in Dover.
We pick things up in the waning moments of the third quarter. Darnell Stokes takes the jet sweep, pitches it to Michael Peranto, and after struggling to score all game, the Indians finally punch it in and tie it up at 7. We end in regulation at 7-7, so we go to OT. Stokes takes the jet sweep, hunting for the end zone. The ball's popped loose, but Max Williamson is there for the touchdown. The officials talked it over and confirmed the call. Redline would answer, though, and start with the ball in the second overtime period. Evan Buttinger hands to Judah Barber. He punches it in for the score. Redline goes up 22-15 after a successful PAT. Indian River answered with a touchdown of their own, but after a false start, the PAT sails wide, and Red Lion wins the 2A state title in double overtime.
So Red Lion captures the 2A title. Who would secure the 1A championship? It was Seaford and Newark Charter who would battle it out in that one. Let's show you some of the best plays from that game.
On to game 2 of the day. We had an early score. Vince Evans III drops back, throws it up high. Azion Matthews comes down with it. Blue Jays lead 7-zip, but this game turned upside down quickly. After recovering a blocked and muffed punt, Seaford fumbles on first down. Newark Charter is going to be set up inside the red zone, and the Patriots capitalize. Chase Kennedy finds Caden Anderson in the end zone. 2-point attempt was good. We're all tied at 14 after this sequence, so we go to OT with that same score. Evans does what he's been doing all year, runs it in to give Seaford an overtime lead. Newark Charter scored on their try. They elect to go for 2, and they get stuffed. Seaford holds on to win its first state title since 1983.
So our coverage area teams go 1 for 2 on the day, but nonetheless, stellar seasons from both Indian River and Seaford. Indian River proves that they can hang with the dogs at the 2A level, although they came up just a bit short today. But Seaford able to edge out a win, and they do it with defense. After having a stellar offensive year, they get the stop they need, and they capture the 1A state title. That'll do it from Dover. I'm Darren Wallace for DSN.
Thank you so much for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.
Good night.